Man, what a badass.
Yeah.
Fuck you, werewolf. I'm gonna bite you.
Resisting what? Couldn't possibly have anything to do with this beastly fur I just found clenched between his teeth.
Oh, he just bit a dog.
Yeah, that's
Obviously,
fine.
the being that brought the corruption. It didn't take long for the news of Yoshitsugu Oribe's death to spread across the village. I'd heard that the pain of losing one's child was beyond any description. Even so, Kaori Oribe-san broke down so badly it felt abnormal. The mild-mannered woman became a mad beast. We had to band up to keep her from running to where we found Yoshitsugu-kun's corpse. We'd already gathered it up and thrown it into the Sadanaga after all. Takami-san kept a tuft of the boy's bleached hair, which he gave to Kaori-san. She instantly put it in her mouth.
Um,
Through her wailing and choking, she did her best to chew and swallow it. It was a wretched, gloomy, and miserable sight.
what?
Though it might have been an act born of ultimate motherly love. Whatever the case, no matter the shape, it was too late to try and bring her child back into herself, not to mention absurd and pointless. That was how it looked like in my eyes.
宴をしよう。おやっさんとよしをやったやつをどうにかしないと。
His words get the attention of basically everyone present, but they didn't reach the sobbing mother and her older son who was gently consoling her. Yoshitsugu-kun. Why did he have to go against the laws? Look at him!
He's a little punk. Of course he would.
His efforts in death had only worked to corner not just his mother, but everyone else here. It was useless. He'd gotten some weird fur for us? No one, not even me, had any doubts about what we were dealing with here. A situation where everyone was desperate, acted on their own accord, and didn't know how to use their lives well was basically the worst. And apparently, this line of thinking I'd had would foreshadow the next turn of events.
はるちゃんがどっか行った？
Uh-oh. Shit, why was everyone in such a hurry to do the worst things possible? Buddy, I mean, you walked out of the toilet the first night. Chiemi Serizawa, Shikamochi Kamoshida, Takamimoto, and I went out to search for Haru Makishima. Kaori-san showed no signs of calming down, so Yasunaga-kun stayed with her. Kiyonosuke-shi refused to come, arguing that it could be bad if there wasn't enough manpower around the dining hall, and he wasn't wrong about that. It wasn't unlikely that some fur-covered murderer or Haru-chan's kidnapper was still around. To prevent any surprise attacks or accidents, we split into pairs. We were given a hoe and a sickle for self-defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, hoe and
やばい
sickle.
ことになったら全力で叫べ。低く大きい声でな。
What the fuck?
What?
That's so specific.
もっち。
Okay, I need you to just shout at this decibel. It's got to be at least this decibel, but do not go above this decibel. I swear to God, don't do it.
I'm delighted we get to team up with Mochi.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The skirt would have made the search harder for him, so he changed into his school uniform. It wasn't cut out for the job either, but he had no other clothes. At least it was better than a one-piece dress. He seemed to enjoy wearing girls' clothing, so changing into the uniform was probably his way of showing he was serious about this. He kept his easygoing tone of voice, but I felt like there was gravity in his eyes too. He might have been pretty shaken.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
はるちゃん！はるちゃん！
We walked around Yasumizu, shouting until our throats became dry. We checked every bush, all the patches of tall grass, and behind every tree. We even searched the water around the paddy fields, but it didn't feel like we were any closer to finding her.
彼女はどうしたと思う？
わからん。自分のじっちゃんが死んでショックだったのかも。
I mean, yeah.
いや、その前だ。朝から何かおかしかったろ。
Because monkey.
そうだっけ？
彼女、ちょっと潔癖症なところがある。
潔癖？
汚いものとか行為とかそういうのを嫌う感じ、最初に会った時からそんな感じはあったかと思うんだけど。
というか安水で一番怖がりなん
She's
だよ
just
ね。
terrified of everything. The scaredy cat, huh?
昔話の
I mean-
汚れとか昔からすごく怖がってたし、ある意味汚れるのを嫌がってたのかも。
I mean, fair.
And considering everything that's happened, I think it's reasonable to be scared.
Fear based on superstition. That made sense, but why had it suddenly gotten worse? What had happened last night?
だから
Her grandpa died, that's what
I-
happened.
誰も殺したりできないと思うんだな。
君はそう考えてるのか？
はるちゃんが狼かどうかは別として、もし狼でも無理だろうって言っておる。
慎重だな。君らしくもない。
僕自身のことじゃないからね。
I could be serious about everyone else.
君とまで
I love this
腹減りをやりたいわけじゃないん
I know, right?
だ。はるちゃんについて何か考えがあるなら言ってくれないか？
何を疑ってるのか僕には分からんけど、僕
Everything.
はるちゃんはやっすんと同じか、それ以上に大事なもので、それ以外何にも大事じゃないんだよね。
Little guy.
とっとと探そうよ。
You think Haru's dead?
I don't think yet. I think she's still alive somewhere.
Yeah, I just think she's probably like in shock.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard we searched, we saw no sign of her. She could have been hiding somewhere, or maybe she'd collapsed. But I was beginning to entertain another idea.
彼女が休みずを出た可能性は？
No,
What if she went back to her room?
right? I asked, knowing everyone would deny the idea.
相当考えにくいけど、
霧の休みずは黄泉の国とつながってんだってばあちゃんは言ってる。だから出ようとしてもあっちに迷い込むだけだと。
Okay.
まああと単純に危ないよね。
I
山の中は。
know.
その心情は承知した上で聞きますが、それでもあえて彼女が村を逃げ出したとした場合、彼女にどんな心境の変化があったと考えられる？
Everyone fell silent. They couldn't even imagine it. It was like their brains had stopped working. If she'd actually wandered into danger, then we wasted too much time searching for her in the village. I had to hurry, so I didn't hesitate to use some big assumptions that bordered on chicanery.
彼女にとってこの村が、あるいは人が、もはや信頼できる場でないとすれば、
どういうこと？
深夜あるいは早朝に彼女は何かを目撃したのかもしれません。あるいは何らかの証拠に気づいたのかも。自分のよく知る人物が狼になって人を平然と殺した、その事実を確信できるような何かにね。
Everyone
彼
gasped.
女は若いし不安定なところもある。
Unstable? I wouldn't say unstable.
安水は狭い社会だから、心の拠り所が失われれば居場所がないように感じられてもおかしくないし、苛烈な性格であるハルちゃんなら一年発起して脱出を試みるなんてことも考えられるんじゃないか。
God, just look for her in her house.
I know!
しかしならどうする？諦めろっつうのか。
Yes! That was the thought of someone from Yasumizu. Wow.
僕は汚れてもいいからはるちゃんを探しに行く。
This kid is the best character in this game.
And that was the thought of someone from Yasumizu who had a few screws loose.
そんな
Wow!
わけで外出に抵抗感のないよそ者である僕も行きます。
だからそれ止めるって言ったよね。
大丈夫。ヤバそうだったらすぐ引き返す。あるとすればサラナガ方面のはずないから通学路側を探すことにする。それに大人が子供を見捨てるわけにはいかんでしょというやつで。
So desperately trying to sound cool.
Yep.
はっさん。
反論しようがないよ、そんなの。
That little blush.
彼女がまだ休みずにいる可能性は十分ある。二人は引き続き集落内
Maybe
を探
check
して
her
いただけま
room
すか？
while you're here.
I know, right?
任せてくれ。
危なかったら絶対逃げてよ。
ハッサン、さっき言ってた話さ。
どれ？
ハルちゃんが何かを見たから誰も信じなくなって逃げたって話。
それが？
多分本当じゃないよね。
さあ、僕はあくまで可能性として言ったに過ぎないが、本当かもしれないとは思ってるよ。
例えば僕やヤッスンが牙とか生やしてうろついてるのを見たとか？
まあそれも可能性だね。
なんていうかそうじゃない気がする。
ただの勘かい。
そう、ただの勘だけど、それで言えばこの読み意味の宴ってさ、そういう方法で狼を見つけらんないようにできてる気がする。
No shit.
Yeah.
夜出歩けないから目撃ができない。一箇所に固まって相互監視もできない。警察を呼べないから科学捜査も無理。
Okay.
おまけに全部霧の中で何が何だかわからないうちにことが進んでいく。だからそういう証拠とかじゃ狼を見つけられない。
How could the players send people to be hanged without the slightest bit of material evidence? If you ignored the weird guardian powers, it was all quibbles, agitation, sophistry, emotional arguments, connections, popularity, basically the power of communication. Yeah.
よくわからんけど、そんな感じでちゃんとできてるんじゃない？
Nothing was certain. They were put in a dangerous argument with their only weapon being their eloquence. It was a feast of doubting, hurting, and eventually killing one another. If there was such malice behind this, then Chikamochi Kamoshida had a point.
もしや君は探偵タイプなんじゃないの？
いやー、それは休んだな。もしかしたらやつはもういろいろ分かってるかもしれないぞ。
Okay. I'd have to talk to him then. We arrived at the mountain pass separating Yasumizu from the rest of the world. The large stones at the sides were like toy without a top. They might have had religious significance.
別にここから一歩でも出たらアウトなんてルールはないよね。
宴から逃げちゃダメだっていうのはあるけどね。
We were going out to find Hado-chan, so we were good. Ignoring the fact that Hado-chan was breaking that law, we passed between the stones. But soon we had to stop. The path was blocked by a landslide. According to Mochi, despite being pretty rocky, the ground in this area was strangely fragile, so landslides weren't that uncommon. There had been some pretty bad rain last night, hadn't there? If that was related to the mist's appearance, it was unlikely that we'd get both the mist and this landslide at the same time. Despite that, this felt just a bit too convenient. I had to consider the possibility that the people in the settlement above blocked the road to keep the Yomibito from getting through.
これは
There was something way more important. We found footprints in the still damp mud. It was proof that she'd passed through here. They disappeared into a small cliff that only reached up to my shoulders. She had to have climbed up and disappeared into the forest.
だな。
The term virgin forest was used to describe forests that were still untouched by mankind, letting nature have complete control over it. Many of the cedars here looked imported, so that term probably didn't apply to this one. However, it wasn't tended to whatsoever, so the words natural or undeveloped definitely worked. There were many fern saplings on the surface, a canopy of leaves above, and a thick mist all around. It certainly didn't feel like a place where humans were welcome. For better or worse, the new ferns seemed slightly trampled, indicating someone had passed through recently.
気をつけなよ。彼女が迷った道でもある。
はるちゃん。
なあ、大声出して大丈夫か？
山の基本。獣は声で逃げる。
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, I'd almost forgotten about the very real threat of wild animals. I realized I'd lost myself in the mood and became kind of embarrassed.
はるちゃ
はは。
返事してー。
Shouting over and over, we kept moving forward. She tried to follow the path, but all the cliffs and boulders in the way made her stray from it. 10 minutes later, we'd lost all sense of direction. Yeah, this place was really dangerous. Could we really find her? And even if we did, wouldn't it be too late? I was reminded of Yoshitsugu Oribe and his cruel fate. Were we about to lose yet another life? As my thoughts turned to that very real possibility... Oh, she's alright. I heard some weak weeping.
はるちゃん。もっち。来ないで。
無事なのか？
お願い。追ってこないで。
I had a bad feeling about this. Something really bad might have happened to
待
her.
ってて。
あ、おい。
Chikamochi went after the voice with no hesitation. His body was quickly buried under all the plants and mist.
ハッサン、手を貸して。
His lack of hesitation felt dangerous in some way. Was I just imagining it? Anyway, I went after him and quickly caught up.
痛いよ。
I wonder if she got caught in an animal trap.
Yeah, or maybe she just fell and like twisted her ankle or
Yeah.
something.
Haruaki was buried under all the
足だ
greenery.
ね。
Stop. Ow. Yeah, she twisted her ankle. I walked up and, man, this was pretty bad. Her leg was all covered in blood. Her shoe and foot were pierced by a sapling. Oh!
Oof.
That was broken right at the bottom. Oh! Ah! Oh!
こいつ
Oh!
を踏み抜いたのか。
Oh, God.
枝を折れるか。
無理め。
Nope,
抜く
we
し
gotta
かな
pull.
い。
Oh, God. I'm, like, tamping my foot down because, like, okay. The drawback to all of this shit is I have a very vivid imagination, and when someone describes an injury like that, I immediately feel it. Like, I don't feel pain, I just feel, like, the sensation, like the foreign body of something being there.
Yeah,
I
that
imagine
sucks.
and it fucking, oh my God, I hate it.
傷が開くぞ。
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta break the sapling and bring it with.
あれで傷
Yeah.
塞ごう。
let's close it with them. Okay.
そんなことができるのか？
のさとは薬作ってた家だかんね。
Oh, okay. First I'd heard of that, but I had no choice but to believe him. She resisted verbally, but she was too tired and weakened to do it physically. I picked her up, doing my best to ignore her wailing because of the pain, and pulled her away from the branch. Chikamochi quickly took care of her wound and used a handkerchief to stop the
戻
bleeding.
ろう。ハッサン、担げる？
もちろん。君が追わなくてもいいのか？
なんだかな。単に体格の問題さ。
Yeah, seriously.
This little kid knows his limits.
I know, right? Mochi is the best. I thought of saying that Haru-chan would have preferred him, but she was barely conscious thanks to the pain. We didn't have time to waste on sentimentality.
先導は頼む。ミイラ取りがミイラだけは勘弁な。
Ah.
戻るだけなら余裕。ただやっぱり山を抜けるのは無謀っぽい。
Agreed.
Yeah, it is.
はるちゃん、よかった。無事だったんだ。
あんま無事じゃない。匠にタイバー呼んで傷の手当てしなきゃ。
わかった。
Takumi's like, yes! Our return caused quite a commotion, and by the time things had begun to calm down, it was way past noon. Haru Makishima's escape attempt distracted everyone, but none of the problems were actually solved. Kanzo Makishimashi was killed by the wolves, while Yoshitsugu Oribe was taken by the corruption. Yoshitsugu-kun's death was especially problematic. Each meaningless death was yet another obstacle against resolving the feast. Even if they picked and hung someone during the day, it wouldn't guarantee that there'd be one less wolf. It was way more likely that they'd get rid of an innocent. Even worse, the wolves in the group would most likely try to leverage the hangings in their favor. They'd claim to be innocent while casting doubt and blame on the other survivors. To win, the humans needed to do their best to see through such trickery and identify the wolves, possibly even making them confess. That was how I saw it anyway, and I was the one with the least info here. With that in mind, all humans who died by breaking the rules were actually doing the wolves a favor. If she'd actually disappeared, I'd have said the same about Haruaki, assuming she was human anyway. Perhaps someone encouraged them to break the rules. If that was the case, the wolves were ruthless, knew the rules well, and were steadily advancing toward a complete victory where all humans lay dead.
集落の有力者、あるいは今後のゲーム展開を左右するような優秀なプレイヤー。
肝臓じいちゃん、あるいはヤス君。
And just as we feared yesterday, the wolves had silenced one of the most important people in the feast. It was hard to believe they'd chosen him just because they were scum or because they didn't like him. The situation was really bad. Another thing to note was that Yoshitsugu Oribe's death greatly affected Kaori-san, who was responsible for everyone's meals. That was a major problem. Oh man, no, she is in a bad way.
There's literally no one else who can, like, cook.
I guess.
Let the poor woman grieve? No? Okay.
No. But she's a wife and mother. What else do you propose she do, Theresa?
Yeah, you're right. That was stupid of me to say anything
that
like
was
that.
Silly. I can't believe
Yeah.
I can't believe you'd have a thought like that.
I know. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that you've pointed out the idiocy of my question, I realize she could just, season her food with the salt of her tears. Right?
Speaking of salt, my God, Theresa. When she tried to give us tea once we returned from the search, her face was pale and she was shaking like she was having a seizure. Oh my God! Despite her attempt to carry on as normal, her composure was in pieces. It was so painful I could barely watch. But, since we're on the topic of death, hey, can we talk about your husband?
Yeah, how did your husband die?
Since you just lost your youngest son, now would be a good time for you to tell me how your husband died.
I heard he fucked around and found out, much like your youngest son. Are there any other similarities?
Question. When your husband died, were you also relegated to the kitchen and did nothing but serve everyone's meals? Oh, excuse me. Takumi-san should have been supporting her, but he was just gloomily hanging his head. In the end, Chiemi had to lead Kaori-san back to her room and stay at her side. I can only hope that was enough to calm her down. Dinner is later. She needs to get back to it.
Yeah.
However, it was nearly time to do the inevitable. I recall you saying that Alright, let's hang someone, I guess. Kiyonosuke addressed the downhearted people gathered in the dining hall. I don't think we have a choice, dude. I think we gotta start fucking fighting werewolves.
Yeah.
It sucks. We want to let the poor woman... I guess we want to let the poor woman grieve. I guess it doesn't really matter, because we're like, but who will cook for us?
Mm-hmm.
今日はくくるものを選ばねばならん。違うかね、ムロ。
Yeah.
分かったよ。安永、上の連中にまず声かけてみてくれ。
That was where Tai-san looked after Haru-chan, and Chiemi looked after Kaori-san.
あ、僕行く。
いいよモッチー。
いいからさ。
Aw, Mochi, you're the best.
Mm-hmm.
Chikamochi winked at me for some reason.
時間かかるかもよ。
Okay.
ああ、ぼちぼちでいい。全員出なきゃまずいしな。
用意します。
よろしくお願いしますよ。
That was my
安
chance.
永君、ちょっといいかい？
Hey, how'd your dad die?
Hey, tell me about your dad. I heard he fucked around and found out.
弟さんのこと。
Sorry about your brother. Also, your dad. Hey, weird how everyone in your family keeps dying. Could you maybe shed some light on that?
はい。そう言ってもらえて、あいつも少しは救われると思います。
随分と大人びた言い方をするんだね。
もうちょっと素朴な方が良かったですか？
Nah, you're good, Yasu.
You're fine.
This boy was already pretty mature.
兄弟の仲はあまり良くなかった？
Honestly, he was loud and annoying.
いえ、そんなことは。最近ちょっとすれ違い気味だっただけで、本当はあいつ、いいやつですから。
それは僕もそう思うよ。心からグレてる子じゃなかったろうし、お母さんとの仲も？
ええ、悪い言葉を使ったりもしてましたが、義継は母のことが好きでしたし。
But did he get along with your dad?
僕よりは義継の。
Can we segue into the dad?
I think they were pretty young when their dad died.
そんなことを聞きたいんじゃな
Okay,
かったんだ。
but can we still... this is bothering me so much.
I know, right?
All human relations were complicated. Prying too deeply wasn't a good idea.
すみません。何を答えましょうか。
About your dad!
いくつかあるんだけど、主に伝説上のことだよ。
Alright,
それ
fine.
ならタイさんの方が。
もうちょっと理屈のわかる人に聞きたいところなんだ。一つ目、狼はどうして人を殺すんだと思う？
Why not?
それは、かつて人間に騙されて殺された恨みで。
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
言い直そう。狼役の人間はどうしてかつての仲間や家族をためらいなく殺せるんだと思う？
え？ああ。
How, I have to rationalize tradition? What?
もしかして、僕やハルちゃんを疑って。
No, dude, I'm just
yeah.
asking.
ごめん、そうじゃない。一般論で考えてみて。じゃあ君が、はい、あんたは狼ですって言われて、それじゃあ仕方ないって殺人ができる？
Yes!
できるわけないでしょ。
Or not.
できるわけない。無論、できる人間もいるだろうが、
It
良
probably has
識や
something to
恐
do
怖
with
か
like the moon
ら
or
できない
something
人
then.
間の方が多いんじゃ
Yeah,
ない？
right?
Like that, like why do we need to question this? We could probably just
特に
assume.
モッチーなんかを見てると思う。ここの人たちは特定の概念的存在に恐怖を持ってるが、
Mochi is a good
それは
example.
絶対じ
Mochi's
ゃ
the
ない。
best example. Mochi knows exactly what he wants.
自分の好きな人を守るためには、汚れや狼に立ち向かうことだってできるはずなんだ。
それは、モッチーが特別なんですよ。
Okay, cool.
あいつ、天才だから。
天才？
ええ。普通のやつにできない予想や決断を平然とやってのけますし、本当に大事なもの以外は全部捨てられるんです。他の人はあいつがおかしいんだって言いますけど、僕はあいつのこと、天才だと思ってます。
Okay.
なるほど。それには
I,
同
I
感か
forgot I
な。
had to hit the button.
ただ、
You were
僕が
just
言いたいのは
drawn in by this
君
great
たち
drama.
は
I-
汚
I'm
れと
just
いう魔
thinking.
法の一言だけで殺人者になるような人間じゃないってこと。
Yeah, I...
もちろん、やらなきゃ汚れだ。最終
Okay,
的に
but
やっ
by
ちゃう
that
人もいるだ
logic,
ろう。
like,
I mean,
they don't
it's-
magically become murderers
and
because of the
you
corruption. By its nature, it's corruption. It clearly alters them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there'd be people who do it because the corruption would come for them if they didn't, but
ところが今回狼は何の躊躇もなくやってる。
you are trying to slap a veneer of logic over something that was clearly made to be a game, my dude.
どこに話を着地させたいのかわかんないんですが、狼の性格や素質によるんじゃないですか。もともと人を殺すことに抵抗のない人ならやってのけるんじゃ。
狼は2匹いるんだよね。
ええ、そのようですね。
なるほど。じゃあ聞くが、この小さな安水という集落で2人以上の殺人者の素質十分な奴がいたか？
I mean, anyone's capable of murder.
集団の中にサイコが1人いるってより、サイコが2人いる方が
Dude,
確
maybe
率的
they're
に
all
かなり低い
psychos.
だろう。
You don't know
Yeah,
them.
maybe.
それよりは
You've been here for what, 2 days?
複数の
Yeah,
真
I
っ当
know.
な人間を無作為に集めて、全員一致した殺人者に仕立て上げる方法があると考えるべきだ。そうでもなきゃ、こんな残酷なことが行われているのに、仲間割れが起きない説明がつかない。
そう言われると。
Okay.
学校の先生の受け売りですけど、思想を与えればいいんじゃないですか。要は、自分たちのしていることが正しいと思えればいいんじゃないかって。
Okay.
狼の行為が正しいと。なるほど。それはとても面白い考え方だ。市民に戦争をさせる常套手段ってわけだ。
I wonder if the corruption is making the werewolves think that the person they're killing is the wolf or something.
Oh, maybe.
ええ、そういう話の時に習いました。でも、不妻子さんの考え、ちょっと偏りすぎじゃないですか。
というと？
例えば、この集落の女の人は大体奥ゆかしいし、決断は男任せのことが多いです。はるちゃんで、だから、狼が男女の2人で、男が主導して殺し、女は完全に言いなり、ってパターンもありえます。それにそもそも、今回たまたま迷いのない殺人があっただけで、いつもは多少の仲間割れはあったかもしれない。
No, I think they're seeing monsters or
そりゃそう
something.
だ。ただ、この読み意味の宴が大昔から廃れずに残ってるのには、何か秘密がありそうでさ。絶対確実に殺させる仕組みがないといけないんじゃないかってね。その点、君の意見は面白い。
面白いって言い方はないでしょう。
Yeah, I wouldn't call it interesting either.
これはごめん。不謹慎だったね。じゃあ、もう一つだけ聞かせて。
いいですけど。
さっき僕は、あえて不思議なことが起きてない想定で喋ったけど、君自身は不思議なことが起きてると思う？
考えたくないんですけど、起きてると思います。
それはどうして？神様や化け物を見たことがあるとか？
いいえ、言いづらいんですけど、こんな偏僻なところに部外者が4人もいるタイミングで霧が出たところから大きな意志みたいなものを感じますよね。どう考えても人為的にこんな霧を作り出せるなんて思えない。物意味の家に平然と入って人を殺せるのだって普通に考えたら奇妙ですし。それに実際に僕らのうちの誰かが人を殺してるなら態度がおかしくなったり。
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, whatever the corruption is, it's basically making them believe that they're killing monsters, which is why, like, the next day they're like so surprised. They're like, "Oh God, the werewolf got them." But basically, no one's saying like, "Oh yeah, I killed someone last night," because they don't want to be thought of as the werewolf.
Well, there's that, but then there's also just like the werewolf. Fuck. I'm having the world's longest brain fart.
The werewolf
so,
fuck.
the werewolf fuck. You know, like how so in a lot of werewolf stories, like the human person who transforms into the wolf and does all of the awful things
They never
doesn't remember it in the morning. Yeah. I think that might be a possibility for what's going on here as well.
Yeah.
We might be overcomplicating it a lot.
We might. But I mean, they're overcomplicating it a lot too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're overcomplicating it.
Oh, okay.
We're just kind of along for the ride. Like, I'm over here like, why is this so convoluted?
Right?
Like, I get the game with, you know, the spider and the snake and so on and so forth.
Right.
But the psychology these people are diving into is like...
They're really spinning their wheels and jumping through all these hoops for something that could very easily be explained away as it's mountain magic.
Yes.
その辺が説明がつかない以上、不思議だって思います。
It is a visual novel, but like at the same time, at this point now we've been playing this game for about 6.5 hours, and we've done fuck all.
Yeah.
And like I'm waiting to get to the part of werewolf, and where I can actually start making choices that have like repercussions and learning about things, because there is another shoe that has yet to drop. There has to be.
Right.
そっか。なるほどね。わかった。変なことを聞いて悪かった。ちなみに君は誰が狼だと思う？
By the way, tell me your answer now.
久石春明さん。
Yeah, good.
悪い
Way
け
to
ど
go, Yasu.
それは宴ですべき話ですよ。あなたにはそれを聞く資格はないはずです。
Fine, sorry, I didn't mean to ask about the wolves. Hey, tell me about your dad!
これは失敬。
ちゃんと聞いてください。僕らは宴で、意見の出し合いで一人生贄を選ばなきゃならないんです。誰が怪しいって提案することは必要だけど、大きな危険も伴います。後でその発言を捕まえられて、それが決定打で殺されてしまうことも。
God, Yasu, you're so goddamn smart. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I play as Yasu?
Yeah, I know, right?
そういうことを聞かれたら、僕は誰かが悪意を持って不妻子さんを操ってると思ってしまいます。勘弁してくださいよ。
ごもっともだ。心から謝るよ。
いえ、ただ、僕はあなたのことを盲目的に不吉だとかは思ってませんけど、あなたが何かに関わってる疑いは捨ててませんよ。
Honestly, that's reasonable.
That is
like,
reasonable.
Seriously. It's fine.
義継の死にあなたが関わってるようなことがあれば、どうする？
Ooh. Why would you say you'll what?
僕は兄として仇を討たなきゃならない。
そうか。
That glare.
Yeah, I know, right?
疑わない
Fuck.
ように、今日も檻に入れてもらうとしよ
I'm just gonna go sit in my cage.
いえ、それはやめた方がいいです。
う。どうして？
今日は長引くかもしれない。そうなると夕方です。寮の部屋に入って、外からつっかい棒をしてもらうのがいいと思います。
It's so easy to just lock people in their rooms.
なるほど。
I know, right?
そりゃいい考えだ。
This boy was really smart. If Takumi Moroshi was a site foreman type, he was the manager type. I could see a talent for using
僕
people.
からも一つだけ質問いいですか？
Yes, please ask this shitlord a question.
Uh-huh.
知恵ねえのこと。
What?
好きなんですか？
Yeah, I have sex with her. I've been thinking
Whoa.
about it this whole time.
I want to have sex with her, and it just keeps making my mind blank. I keep forgetting to ask about your dad. Oh God, I'm sorry. Should I ask about your dad now?
政治的にはそうでもないよと言うべきなのかもしれないが、
From a political
そうだね。
standpoint,
好感は持ってるね。
What?
そうですか。
まあ彼女はオープンな人柄っぽいから言えば付き合ってくれるかもしれないな。それはきっと僕に限らず。
I do not care.
やだな。 何か気を回してます。モッチーが何か吹き込んだんじゃないかと思ってたんです。僕は別に、そんな、僕がチエネに憧れてたのは昔の話です。近所でたった一人の年上のお姉さんに憧れてた。それだけですよ。ジメジメ、ガチガチな場所で、チエネは自由奔放だったから、モッチーと同じくらい、すごい人です。
昔はやんちゃだったって
A rascal.
ええ。まあ、人を殺しかけたりとか。
What?
ちょっと待って。
Do tell.
まあ、事故でですけどね。ただ、オープンってちょっと意外です。チエネは結構、
Maybe that was the
人見知りで
oopsie.
すよ。
Maybe.
そうかな。
あるいは、大学の3年間で、だいぶ変わっちゃったのかもしれないですけどね。だから、僕はもういいんです。
That's a
なんだ
lie.
か、
Yeah.
君の方が変に気を回してないか？あんまり健全じゃないぞ、そういうのは。別に彼女が好きならそれでもいいのに。
今はどうにしたって、そんな気分じゃないです。
Thank you.
ごもっとも。
That was it, huh?
Good point, he said, but he didn't believe it.
Eventually, everyone gathered and went to the hall. Just as I was told, I asked for them to lock me in my room. After getting everyone, including Takumi-san, I gotta sneeze, damn it. Come on. There we go.
There you go, you did it.
Yeah, I did it. After getting everyone, including Takumi-san and Tai-san, to understand, Yasunaga-kun, Chiemi, and I went to the dorm.
チエネ、窓から枝に飛べる？
こりゃ無理でしょう。飛び降りたとしても戻れないし。
The two verified how secure a place this was to lock me up in. If they were the wolves, it'd be impossible to outwit them. Humans stood no chance.
そんなわけで閉じ込めちゃうよ。間に合ったら開きに来るけど、最悪明日の朝までこのままだから。
Okay, give me some cup ramen.
わかった。仕方ないさ。かなりきついだろうけど、無事な進行を祈ってるよ。
どうも。悪いね。こんな腐った村を心配してもらっちゃって。
僕は
Understatement of the year.
I know, right?
わーお、嬉しい。
Wow.
ちえみさん頑張ってきますわ。
いいですか？それじゃあ閉めますね。
ああ。君も気をつけてな、安永君。
Wow.
お母さんにはもう
Holy
君しかいないんだ
cow.
から。
ええ、
Bro.
その通りです。
Dude. That last bit, did you have to include it?
Apparently he did.
Oh, Haruaki, you are so dumb.
What an asshole.
So far, the only ones I've talked to face to face with Chiemi, Takumi-san, Mochi, and Yasunaga-kun, just 4. The ones I hadn't talked to were Tai Yamawaki, Rikako Uemotsu, Meiko, Kaori Oribe, Haru Makishima, Kiyonosuke Nosato, the old wolf guy, a whole 7. I had no idea if there was significance in that, but I wanted to know what kind of people they all were. 4 people had already died, and if you ignored me, there were 11 left. Once the snake revealed what Kiyonosuke she was, he and the snake, Takumi-san, would be the only ones with confirmed roles. The other 9 would be suspects. When one was hanged, there'd be 8, and when one died in the night, there'd be 7, which was still quite a lot. They had to hurry before it was too late. The humans had to act now.
こんにちは。
うわ、なんだ
Whoa! Supposedly fixed door slightly opened up. It was Chiemi.
忘れてたけど、今日のご飯渡せないかもだから。
Yeah,
最
cup
悪これでしのいで。
She threw me a yellow food box, the kind you find in any convenience
毎
store.
日本当にありがとう。
気にしないで。
代わりと言ってはなんだけど、
なんだろ
猿のカゴ車は二人とも名乗り出させた方がいい。
Oh, okay.
う。なんで？
考えればわかるはずだ。手を打たなければ先がないことも。
チエネ、何やってるの？
時間がない。行って。
うん。わかった。
She closed the door and put the stick back. All right, what next? Yeah.
ハルちゃん、傷は大丈夫？
I mean, like, telling the monkeys to reveal themselves is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because that immediately... Well, that would supposedly narrow down... Okay.
I'm pretty sure... So, like, it sounds like they're all, like, tied to families. And
Right.
the only family we have that includes 2 people were Haru and her grandpa.
Right. So, what I'm thinking is... Haru and her grandpa were the monkeys. Now, I'm wondering if someone else is going to step forward and say they're the monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if someone does that, they're obviously lying.
Yeah, they're going to be lying.
今聞くのもあれだけど、一体何があったの？
結構危なかったよ。知らない。もう始まるわよ。
全員に杯が回った。読み意味の宴の始まりよ。
早速だけど、匠に昨日の蛇の神託ってのはあったの？
Wasn't there someone... Oh, it was Yasu's younger brother. I'm like, who's missing it for the mochi?
Yasu's younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
どうだった？
キヨは人だった。当然、私は狼などではない。
See, what bothers me about that is that, like, he didn't show anyone, like, the writing or anything like that. He's just saying it.
Yeah.
そういうことになりますね。
So my theory could still be correct.
Yeah.
昨晩気の毒なことになった牧島肝臓師の方針を続けるなら。
あれ、なんでおっちゃんが仕切んの？
別に年長者ということで山脇さんが進めるのでも構わんよ。
私はそんな苦手じゃが。
Alright.
であれば、狼ではないと同意を得た私か室が仕切るのが年功序列からしても自然ではないかね。
I don't like that.
Nope.
Adults confirmed to be human. That, like...
匠に、おっちゃん鬱陶しいから匠にが仕切ってよ。
Yeah.
いや、キヨ、頼む。ご老人が亡くなられたショックもあろう。無理はする必要ない。できる限りのことはやらせていただこう。ムロはオリベ夫人を気遣って差し上げる。
あの子が。
She is in a bad way.
さて、早速提案だがね。今日は必ず一人選んでくくることとしないか。
ちょっと、それは乱暴じゃないです。
いや、それは必要だよ、チエネ。そうでないと何日か後に確実に狼は最後の一人を殺しきる。
そういうことだ。宴には非常さも必要となる。間違っていませんな、山脇さん。
そうですね。読み人は何として
Maybe rephrase that.
Oh, Grandma.
Oh, that Yomibito is totally hung. I mean, must be hung. I love this old man.
I know, he's so good.
I can't wait for him to be lucid later. You know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got that trope written all over his beautiful, toothless smile.
間違えて人を殺した事実を一生背負うんだよ。
確かにそれは気分の悪いことだが、実のところ。
No, by definition, that is exactly what they would be.
God, this guy is such a scumbag.
間違えて殺したら死んだ人は無駄死にでしょうに。
Hell yeah, Haru.
目上への口の利き方に気をつけたまえ。いいかね。現状我々は容疑者を絞り込む確実な手段を2つしか持たんのだよ。安永君ならわかるんだ。
ええ。蛇による信託と。
一人殺して母数自体を減らすってことでしょ。それは分かってるけども、受け入れられると思ってるんですか？
そんなの無理だわ。殺された人からしたら後でどっちが勝とうが関係ないじゃない。
だからあえてここで合意をしておく必要があるのだよ。他の皆が生き残るために自分が死んでも構わないという合意をね。
それしかねえってのかよ。
そう、それしかない。なんとも悪辣ではないかね。山の
Who do you think they're
掟と
gonna
いうや
select?
つは。
I have no idea.
Yeah.
他人のためにくくられろって言われて、はいそうですかって納得できるわけない。
Like, in my mind, there's really only two people that it could be. And
Oh, yeah?
that they're gonna choose, and they're probably gonna be wrong.
Right.
But in my mind, the only two people that I think that they're gonna be able to choose are gonna be either Takumi or Yasu.
Well, they won't pick Takumi because he admitted to being, was it the snake?
Yeah, but it's apparently it's a secret vote. And it's a matter of, because I'm thinking about who's left, and he just said they have to have the mentality of, as long as it helps everyone else, you know, I'll sacrifice myself.
Right.
And the only ones with that mentality right now are Takumi, Yasu, and potentially Kaori, but she's kind of emotionally compromised at the moment.
Yeah.
Or the old woman. I mean, maybe the old woman, but I think it's going to be one of those three.
Mm-hmm.
安水のために命を懸ける気がない。つまりは安水の敵ってことですか。
そういうことになるのではないかね。安水の諸
God, I really don't like this guy. They've done an excellent job of making him absolutely
Yeah.
hateable.
And the way he's spinning this is honestly making me think that he's a wolf, and if he is, then yeah, Takumi lied.
Yeah.
And we know that there's two wolves, and but that's
Okay,
too
well-
easy.
Okay, so possibly I'm thinking maybe what happened is Takumi probably did, what's her face?
Kaori.
Kaori.
Yeah.
He probably checked on Kaori because, like, she is his number one.
Right.
And because he agreed to check on asshole.
Yeah. Kiyonosuke. And yeah, so he's just saying, yeah, he's human.
Yeah.
私は上藤吉の人間として、そして権威の晴れた者として、できる限りのことを進言しているだけだ。口を慎め。
野里清之助さん、あなた自分が蛇に診断されるまでこのことを黙ってたでしょ。
何を言い出す。
昨日の時点であなた気づいてたんでしょ。死んでも文句言わないって同意を持って
Well, yeah,
必
obviously.
要があるって。でもそれを表明することで蛇に調べてもらう権利が暴投することも気づいてた。だから黙ってたんですよ。
Yeah.
憶測で物を言ってるんじゃない。
No, it's what happened.
でも確かに疑いが晴れた上藤吉の人間に死んでも文句言うなって言われたって
Yeah,
納
that's...
得できるわけ
Mhm.
ないわ。
Yeah.
匠になんとか言ってやってよ。
だが言ってることは正しい。
匠に
私は賛成します。疑われることもくくられることも皆様の決定に異議は申しません。
Hey, quick question.
Uh-huh.
Is it possible for you to turn the music down without lowering the volume of the voices? Because it's kind of drowning them out for me.
Let me see here. Options. Sound. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's so much better.
There we go. Good?
Yeah.
And I could actually get them up a little higher.
Oh, all right, yeah.
There.
Thank you.
Yep.
リカコさん。
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's a lot
すで
better.
に申し上げました。こうなれば上藤吉も安水も関係ございません。それに私は勝手な思いですが、心は安水の一員だと思っております。
So here's my other thought. Rikako, the thing around her neck, that emblem, I think was the emblem of the spider. And I have a feeling that she's the spider, and she's been protecting someone. Obviously, she's protecting one person every night. I'm wondering who it is. I was gonna say maybe it's Haruaki, but I'm like, no, but I died that one night. That wouldn't make sense. I wonder if she's like protecting like Mako.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
ああ、誰かさんと違ってご立派なお心持ちじゃないですかね。
Fuck yeah, Chiemi.
Yeah, weird. It's almost like Rikako has like
この子にそれを求める
fucking
のは
values.
ちょっと酷ではないかとは。みんな怖い。
しかし、例外を作るわけには。
Wow. No, fuck you.
なら、
Oh
この子
damn.
をくくる必要があるならば、私も共になりましょう。
Fucking power move.
それはダメですよ。流して良い血は一日に一人だ。
Oh shit, yeah, because if they hang more than one person, isn't that like against the rules, and the corruption will seek them out?
Yeah,
私が勝手
probably.
に死ねばよいのです。汚れは咎を犯した者に来る。死んでいればもう関係ありません。
そんな。
見苦しいぜ、キヨ。仕切るならしっかりしやがれ。
Oh shit, nice talking.
Oh.
はい。
あんまり軽率なこと言ってんじゃねえぞ。悪いがあんたも俺らを締め付けてる上藤吉の長者どもの一人に他ならねえ。
匠、植松様に無礼は。
こうやってばあちゃんたちがビクビクする羽目になったのもあんたのお仲間のせいだぜ。仲間面されても困るんだ。
申し開きもございません。
第一、あんたが安水にいる理由も不明。正直俺はこんなことになったのを誰かのせいにしたくてたまらねえ。
Oh, Takumi, you're a good guy, but you're a meathead. Please don't.
匠に、まさかこれが全部上藤吉の人間の仕業だっていうの？
さあな、全部かは知らねえ。ただ上藤吉の人間が俺らを常日頃ここに閉じ込めようとしてるのは、少なくとも宴なんて昔話で狼様は人間の味方だなんて連中の物言いは嘘っぱちだってことだ。連中は霧が立てば安水の人間が死ぬと知ってたんだ。財産や家柄だけじゃねえ。連中は命にまで差をつけてやがったんだ。
Yeah.
バカな。上藤吉の長者が聖人君主とは言わんが、少なくとも才覚と品格に満ちた真っ当な家々だ。
I mean, you could be resourceful and dignified and also be a complete asshole.
Definitely possible.
なんてものを本気で信じてなどいるものか。
だからじゃない？
なんだ。何が言いたい？
清之助さんは藤吉村のそういう秘密を教えてもらってない。そうやって長者はまともって信じて吹聴する広告塔としての価値しかお家の中で認められてないから。
Oof.
God.
Chiemi serving tea.
里帰りの投留先として野里屋敷を強制されたみたいな。
ふざけるな。私が家に見捨てられたとでも言うのか。
Absolutely.
ああ、ありえるね。僕ややっすんと同じだ。
長者のやり方は残酷ですよ。権力争いの負け組や無能者、あるいは当主の気に入らないといった理由で簡単に安水送りにされる。 僕らはともかく、母は東北から樋口家に嫁いだっていうのに、父が死んだ途端に叩き出されて。
そんなの別によかった。
母さん、ごめん。
私にはね、義継とあなたがいればそれだけでよかったのよ、安永。
とにかく僕らの命運を彼らがねじ曲げたのは間違いないんです。その点、
残念だったわね。来る羽目になったのがこんなところで。
安水の人が悪いとは言ってないだろう。どうしたんだよ本当に。
どうせみんな死ぬのよ。おじいちゃんだって選ぶってたくせに結局簡単に死んじゃったんだから。こんなのやってられないわよ。どうしてあの時ほっといてくれなかったのよ。
あの時はそんな感じじゃなかったのに、どうしたのさ。
もう嫌なのよ。
I mean, yeah.
悲しいの。
どうしたんですか？
狼が来たら誰もが鬼になりよる。